Watch your folks, welcome back. Now, brace yourselves. I've got a recommendation. I know it doesn't happen very often, does it? But that was kind of the point of this channel. But it's so rare that I actually find something that I want to recommend that I decided to do a few other things as well. So that's why you'll find videos about me ranting about other films and things like that because it's a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun, guys. But I have to say, I'm going to give this film, The Luring, the Cats and Conspiracies seal of approval and recommendation. I took a punt on it as I do this. There's so many of these films out there, like low budget films, which I love. I absolutely love them because if it's a low budget film, we haven't got Hollywood money in it. People are putting their own money in. This is their own ideas, and they're taking something inside their head, an idea, and they're creating art out of it. And that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see in my films. I do not want to see agendas. I do not want to see um, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Style over substance. I want to see a story. I want to see things that affect my brain, things that make me feel things. I do not. If I hear one more person tell me about a film to switch off my brain and watch it, I'm just going to lose it because that just makes no sense to me. How can I switch off the organ that I want to be stimulated by a film? Makes no sense. Anyway, enough ranting. The Luring. Okay, this is currently on Prime, Amazon Prime Video. If you've got an account with them, it's there to watch. And I started checking it out the other night. And initially, when I first started watching it, I wasn't giving it my full commitment and attention because the acting was a little bit off. It was a little bit, and I'm not talking terrible. No way. No, no, no. Do not be confused. This is not terrible. It was just a little bit off in the beginning. But as I got into it, I started to discover there's kind of a reason why it's this way. It's very much like a dream-like, strange scenario that's going on here. So the story you've got, and I'm gonna talk about this without spoilers because I want you just to go into this kind about as blind as I went into it. But I'll just give you an idea of like the feel you're going to get from it, the setting. All right, this is going to be a normie free zone. If we're talking normies, the people that want the superheroes and the flashy colors, they're going to hate this within 30 seconds because they'll just say it's boring. Um, so it doesn't really give too much away. It's very hard looking at the posters, reading about it to understand the vision that this guy's got here in creating this film. And hats off to the guy. Absolutely hats off to the guy. He had an idea, he had a vision, and he's put it there for us to enjoy. So it starts off. We see a couple. They're looking in this house, and we've got the estate agent or whatever he is, and he's kind of talking to them. He's telling them about the house. They've got a young kid with them. The young kid's a bit off, not particularly interested. He's wandering around, a bit strange, and the parents are there, and yeah, he's off wandering around. And she's just saying to him, where are you going? What are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just going to go down into the basement. She's like, oh, okay, just take it easy, which I found a bit strange, just letting a kid wander around the house, but we need things to happen. So he disappears off down into the basement, and we see the story kind of cutting from the conversation that the estate agent's having with these guys to the kid downstairs. He starts seeing some creepy things happening downstairs, sees some creepy images. Um, and the couple upstairs are loving the house, and it's a great price, obviously. And then the estate agent says to them, I need to inform you of what happened here in the house in the past. So obviously something bad has happened, which is unusual for an estate agent to come out with this. Usually you think they'd keep it quiet. So there must be a reason he's telling them this. But he starts to tell the story of something that happened a long time ago with um, a bunch of children. And he says there was a terrible accident, an unfortunate accident. One of the children had special needs, and there was a rope involved. He doesn't believe anything malicious happened. He says something happened. Something happened with the rope, and there was a death involved. To which the parents obviously are a little bit freaked out. And she starts to really freak out. becoming very uncomfortable very quickly. And she's asking him, you know, where did this happen? He's like, in this house. And then she sort of says, yeah, but where in the house? And he sort of goes, he knows what he's about to say, and he goes, in the basement, where her kid is. And she then all of a sudden's like, hang on a minute, I got to find out what's going on here. And she starts calling to her kid. She goes running downstairs. This is kind of spoiler free because this happens in the first 10 minutes. So I'm not telling you anything that's going to ruin anything for you. Just setting it up for you. And I would even say this is like some pretty, I'll say disturbing, yes, pretty unusual imagery that you see. Okay, it's a bold filmmaker that can do some of these things. So she goes running down into the basement, can't find the kid. She opens this closet door. She sees something. She freaks out and screams. We cut to a new part of the story. Okay, we've left that part behind, and we have our current antagonist. We have our current couple, and he is suffering from some kind of amnesia, and he is revisiting this childhood home to in a bid to try and regain some of this forgotten memory. His girlfriend's with him. She seems really sweet, seems like a really nice girl. And he is just being very strange, very off. And strange things start to happen with this guy, Brett, and what's going on in this house. Some really, really strange things start to happen. The girlfriend's been really sweet. She's been really nice to him, but he is just off. He starts to get messages or is contacted by this woman, and it's never really made clear how this contact was made. He just starts talking to her going, oh, it's you, you know, where have you been, and all this sort of stuff. It's so good to see you. And it's like, what, did I miss something here? So strange things start to happen with him and her, and he starts getting messages from her. We also continue to get flashbacks to a previous time in the story where there is a child's party going on, and we see another couple, parents of this child, and it's his birthday party, and other people are coming around, other kids are coming around, and there's some really, really strange stuff going on. This kid is clearly not right. He's clearly off, and the parents seem to be treating this almost as is completely normal. For example, this woman comes around with her kid, and it's this kid's birthday party, and she says, "Oh, we didn't bring a present," or something like that, and she says, "Oh no, we can." He's very particular about what he gets. You can only give him the presents that we've got, which is just a bit strange. And then she opens a cupboard, and it's just all filled up with these pre-packaged presents. But there's some really creepy imagery in this where the kid is being given the presents. He's like sitting on this chair, almost judging these presents that he's being given, and all the other kids are kind of sitting around him on the floor. There's another character there, one of the young children there, and he again got some special needs going on, and he doesn't really understand what's going on. And his sister's kind of sticking up for him, and she has this sort of chant where she starts to sort of do this chant to try and calm him down and bring him back in the room, and all the kids start doing it, and it's insanely creepy. The imagery in this in this film, I love it. I absolutely love the imagery in this film. There's all these like really slow, long camera shots. Like it's not cutting around all over the place like modern cinema. It's just fixated on a couple, on a painting, on a conversation, and you've either got a completely fixed image or just incredibly slowly moving in, slower and slower. And respect to the director, Christopher Wells, for doing this, because it takes a lot of confidence to be able to do that, to be able to hold on a scene like that and not cutting all over the place. And it really draws you in. The feeling I felt watching this film was just unease. A lot of the time, a lot of unease going on with what's happening here. But this place where they're staying is like one of those, you know, it's a kind of like a cabin in the woods type thing. It's just incredible. I swear these places only exist in the movies. I'd love to have one. Even with like the threat of all the monsters and the cannibal killers, I would still love to have one of these incredible cabins in the woods that seem to exist in absolute numeracy in the films, but I very, very rarely come across them in real life. But that's another story. Um, things do start to unravel. I'm not saying any more spoilery wise. You do get some explanations towards the end. I would say not every single thing is explained. Um, it's very, very hard to end films like this. It reminded me of other kind of feelings from films. It reminded me very much of like a sort of like a Twin Peaks style thing, like an X-Files type episode. Those kind of films. I tell you what else it reminded me of was Naked Lunch. The strange shots where you're seeing things like where he's in. This is from Naked Lunch, obviously, where he's in the bar and you've got these strange alien-like creatures and a talking beetle, and nobody seems to be noticing it, but him. And there's a character in this who comes and goes, and there's a great scene where you see him again for the second time, realizing that this guy is playing a slightly more significant role than you originally thought. And he comes into shot with, and you don't see his head. The camera's cutting off his head for quite some time, and they have this two-way conversation. And the stuff that Brett, our main character, is telling this guy is like really deep personal stuff. And it's almost, he's like, why am I telling this guy this? He kind of knows he's doing it. So yeah, it has a real dreamlike sequence to it. And I got to say, is this a masterpiece? No, it is not a masterpiece. I apologise, guys. No, it's not a masterpiece, but I mean, how many masterpieces are there? Is this worth your time? Absolutely yes. If you enjoy this slow burn, confusion, this strange dreamlike sequence and feeling, and these long, haunting shots. There's some beautiful scenery in this as well. Absolutely gorgeous. If you enjoy all of that, you are going to get a lot out of this. Okay, if you like that strange kind of thing from Naked Lunch or Twin Peaks, that kind of thing, you are definitely going to enjoy this. And as I say, I felt the ending came along when it kind of got to it almost too quickly, and then it kind of started again on another story, and I wanted more. And I think that's a good thing. It's far better to be left wanting more than wanting less. So these videos, when I recommend these films, they don't seem to do that well. It seems to be the ones where I'm ranting about other films seem to do better. But I really want to get this out there. I want you to go and check out The Luring. If you've seen it already, stick some comments down below of what you think was going on in this film, because I would love to hear your thoughts on it. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. I think it's like 90 minutes. It felt long though. That was the weird thing. I checked the time on it and it felt longer. Not that it was a drag. I felt like it was more of a journey. But I definitely enjoyed this. I give it my recommendation. I give it the seal of approval. And I would love it if you guys went and checked it out, because that's what I want to do here. As I've said before, we know Hollywood's dead. We know that. But there is filmmaking going on out there. There's great filmmaking. And I even think this could usher in a new style, a new era of filmmaking. I think we relied so much on the Hollywood area because it did produce hit after hit, incredible films for years. No good thing lasts forever. It had to die at some point. And now a new era of filmmaking is being allowed to come through. So there you go, guys. The Luring, directed by Christopher Wells. Go and check it out. Let me know what you think. And if you enjoy my rantings and ramblings, please hit subscribe. Please like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. See you soon, guys.